The big question is, he fights Fury. Who wins that fight?
Who's that? AJ Fury.
AJ Fury.
I'll go with AJ.
Really?
Yeah.
Same. Wow.
Why, Derek?
Really?
Yeah.
You just told us what Fury's got.
Yeah. See,
as you know,
AJ's power punch is unbelievable.
Yes. Okay. What's happening, Wagwan? Well, welcome back, boxing peoples. So there's nothing much happening in January in boxing. Nothing much at all. So it's all chat. It's all rumors. But we got this video. We got this statement by Derek Chisora about Tyson Fury, and he reckons, Joshua, aka the landlord, aka A-Gay, aka the big bodybuilder, stiff bum, so Chisora weirdly has been saying, because to my knowledge he's got no links with Joshua, he's been saying, Anthony Johnson will knock out Tyson Fury. Now, I mean, it's just a strange comment to make. I mean, obviously Tyson Fury outboxed Chisora years ago twice, stopped him, and Chisora, I respect him. He's a tough guy. He's a gatekeeper. He talks, a bit controversy, but essentially, like, you look at every big fight. I don't know what he's got, like 11, 12 losses. Chisora, Derek, who has weirdly spelled his name in two different ways, which indicates he's probably like mad, and he's saying like, Anthony Joshua will knock out Tyson Fury. I mean, he's trolling, but it's a weak troll, And look at Chisora. I mean, you think like, okay, so what are Chisora's best wins? Let's look at his record. Boom, boom, boom. He seems to get beat by everyone half decent. And you got, he knocked out David Price and Arthur Szpilka. Now, David Price and Arthur Szpilka have two of the worst chins in boxing. They're like the Amir Khan of heavyweight boxing. Szpilka is basically a cruiserweight, and so Chisora's like, well, obviously he's proud of this, and the weird thing is, fish eyes, fish eyes, brick top, aka the man with the dent in his forehead, the man who is mortal enemies with Terry Marsh, said, defending, what's his face, Dubois, said that, his best win is over Kevin Johnson. Chisora also beat Kevin Johnson on points. Anyway, so Sam Jones, who is Joe Joyce's manager, also said this, as soon as Fish Eyes, with the enormous dent in his forehead, brick top, was bragging on, Dubois beating Kevin Johnson. So this is what Sam Jones says. Now, Sam Jones, I didn't really like him originally, but when I saw him in this interview, I was like, I like the kid. He's funny. He's funny. And this is what he had to say about Kevin Johnson.
He's beat two guys who were world title contenders. Who? He's beaten. Yes. Who? They fought for world titles.
Who?
Kevin Johnson. Yeah.
Oh, come on, Frank.
And who's the other guy?
Come on,
and
Frank.
the one before it, Jacuna, whatever his name was. Yeah. Fought for a world title. Kakuna. Fought world titles.
Come on, Frank. Kevin Johnson.
I mean, he totally rinsed out Fish Eyes. Embarrassed him, and Warren's boasting about, he's been in the game so long, he knows everything. Well, he didn't know enough to realize that Dubois would get stopped by Big Joe Joyce, Joe Joyce, the autistic hero of the boxing community. And one of the things that you've got to think about is so this is Chisora's best win, So Chisora's sitting there bragging on, Joshua. What did he base this on? I mean, this is a man that humiliated him twice, stopped him, you know, made him look like a novice. And according to Derek, and he's got no skin in the game. I don't understand why he's backing Joshua. Because he's got no skin in the game. They're not like pals. You know, they're not. I don't think they're on the same management. Chisora is a busted flush. Not a busted flush, because that makes it seem like he actually had some kind of, you know, he actually had some potential when he was basically a gatekeeper. A tough one. An entertaining one. No doubt. But this is a guy that is a gatekeeper. And he allegedly reckons that, you know, Gay Jay will beat Fury, despite the fact Gay Jay has had like 2 severe hidings. Yeah, the Usyk topped him, you know. Usyk bent Joshua over, topped him. Joshua was the bottom, and probably the willing bottom. You know, Andy Ruiz Jr., the pizza-eating Taco Bell regular customer, man, bent over Anthony Joshua, smashed him, you know, made him cry. I mean, made him quit. But apparently Derek Chisora thinks that you know, this is the man to beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, you know, is the number 1 heavyweight. He's proved himself many times. He beat Wilder 3 times. You know, the biggest puncher ever. And let's have a look and see what Tyson Fury says.
So, Del, he ain't got the bottle to fight Usyk again. Usyk will smash him next time properly. Never mind beat him on points and knock him out. But listen, it only takes one man like me. There's only ever been one man on these shores, and he called the Gypsy King, a.k.a. Tyson Fury. This is a message for Derek Chisora. I've just seen that you said you think AJ would blast me out. Never in a million years. If the biggest puncher in history couldn't blast me out, and Vladimir Klitschko couldn't blast me out, a big old bodybuilder can't blast me out, my friend. So, Del, he ain't got the bottle to fight Usyk again. Usyk will smash him next time properly. Never mind beat him on points and knock him out. But listen, it only takes one man like me. There's only ever been one man on these shores, and he called the Gypsy King, a.k.a. Tyson Fury.
Essentially, Tyson's mocking Chisora, and rightfully, laughing at him. You can't believe the cheek of the man. And Chisora's busted. He's washed. He's flushed. You know, he's not even a gatekeeper anymore. He's just, you know, a guy you can beat up to get up in the rankings. Chisora's, I would suggest he's brain damaged, you know. He wasn't exactly the sharpest tool in the box from the beginning. Yeah, he was entertaining. But I don't know, man. The beatings have taken, I don't know, 20 IQ points off him, you know. And I don't know why he's trying to make himself relevant talking about Tyson Fury. And I don't know, maybe, I mean, it's a bit weird that he's backing up Joshua, who he's slated and rinsed in so many interviews. I mean, some people might say, well, maybe Chisora, who, by the way, has admitted openly that he is into bisexuality, you know. Now, everyone knows that AJ and AKA Skins were long-time lovers, but they split up. Now is Chisora trying to make his way, you know, into Joshua's good books. He wants to get in his bed, you know. I don't know. I mean, I think, obviously, everyone knows Joshua's a bottom, and Chisora, I don't know, man. He's a switch hitter, I reckon, but clearly he's you know, getting himself ready to smash AJ out the back door, to air his back door out. He's heard that AJ is always the bottom, which everyone knows, especially people that follow his channel. I mean, I can't think of any other reason why Chisora would want to back up AJ against Fury. I mean, Fury would like humiliate Joshua. This is why Eddie Hearns has kept him away. This is why Eddie Hearns, when Fury was a champion, he got his gang stalkers to follow Tyson Fury around and offer him Coca-Cola, if you know what I'm talking about, to buy him drinks, so that if Fury gets stripped, will get mentally deranged, and then he could pass on the title to his brown golden boy, AJ. And now he's shivering, man. He doesn't want his boy, his golden ticket. Well, it's a bit his busted golden ticket, to be frank. I mean, he might sell out Joshua. He might sell out Joshua for the big payday because he's getting his whatever 10, 20%, and he'll sell out Joshua face down, arse up. That's the way he's going to get fucked, right? But it's a bit pathetic. I'm frankly embarrassed for Chisora. I would assume he's brain damaged. He needs to get out of the game. He's made millions, undeservedly, some would say, because he's just a gatekeeper, albeit an entertaining one. Joseph Parker is not even that interested in boxing, flushed him twice. Joseph Parker's obviously a big pal of Tyson Fury. They're both Christians. They're both, they don't worship Satan, unlike AJ, Deontay Wilder, or his other sick people. I find it all a little bit risible. I find it a bit tragic. I find it embarrassing, and I don't understand why anyone would listen to Derek Chisora anymore. He needs to be put out in the pasture. If you know any farmers, right? Now, when they have a horse and he's a stud, which Chisora has never been, to be frank. He's been a low-level gatekeeper. But when you got a horse or a cow, a bull, and he's a stud, and you use him to impregnate, other cows, but eventually the man's not doing the business anymore. He can't get the wood necessary to take care of business. So what happens? Well, you take the bull out and you shoot him. Yeah, and this is what really needs to be done for Chisora, and for his own good, because that man's IQ has taken a hammering, and he's now deluded, and we all want him to retire. He's got millions. Why, why risk what little brain you've got left for more cash, right?